So the issue really stems from the fact that in 2004, the Massachusetts State House, State Legislature, I should say, amended the Massachusetts Independent Contractor Law to remove one provision. The effect of that amendment was to essentially make a classification of a worker in Massachusetts as an independent contractor extremely difficult, if not impossible. And what has happened is that in the last several years, particularly, we've seen an increasing number of claims and class action claims. A, because they're easy cases for plaintiffs to win, and B, because there was another amendment in 2008 to create mandatory triple damages for winning claims. So it used to be that judges had discretion to whether to award single damages, double damages, or triple damages. Now it is that judges have to award triple damages no matter how in good faith the employer acted, no matter how reasonable they might have been in determining that their employees could be classified as independent contractors. So between the fact that it's very difficult to win these cases for employers and due to the fact that there's mandatory triple damages plus attorney's fees for prevailing plaintiffs, it's become a very attractive litigation vehicle for plaintiffs' lawyers and class action lawyers in particular. So the issue in Massachusetts, and this is different than what national employers are used to with the IRS 20-factor test, is that in Massachusetts the standard is that all workers are presumed to be employees. And in order to rebut that presumption, employers have a fairly stiff and almost impossible test to meet. That test is essentially, one, the employee or the worker is free from employer's direction and control both under a contract and in fact. Two, the service that worker is providing is outside the normal course of the employer's business. And three, the worker customarily engages in an independent trade and business of the same type. The challenge for employers is that second test. The service is provided is outside the normal course of the employer's business. And what that means is that, and this is very common in Massachusetts and of course elsewhere, is that independent contractors or consultants that are brought in, a good example is a software developer for a software company that needs bodies to help produce their software product. That work is within the scope, the normal scope of the employer's business. There's just no way under this law as it's written now that this worker could be ever classified as an independent contractor. And that's where we're seeing a lot of the cases come from, is staffing that's brought in as independent contractors to fill a short-term need, and sometimes a longer-term need creates this kind of problem.